Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. I'm Naveen, and I'll be taking SNAP 2022 Quantitative Score Maximisers series. And today we'll be dealing with algebra. So, let's start with the first notification. So, we have started our All India Open Mock CAT 2022 since yesterday, and it's a 10-day window. So, please do register for it and attempt the paper. It will help you maximize your scores, understand your strengths and weaknesses, relive, the CAT day, the D day, and you will also get the video solutions of it. Everything is given in the description below. Okay, the link to registering. So let's begin. So this is the first question. This is a question on log, and log is a very important topic, right? So how do we deal with this? Yeah, good afternoon, Varun. So as you can see, it's square root under square root under square root. That's what we have. So the first thing that we can do is we can take this square root of 9 and write this as 3. So it becomes 27, right? So the first thing we will have is log with a base 9, log with a base 9, and we will have 9 and then square root of 27. Now let's write 27 as 3 cube. So this becomes log 9, and that 3 cube will have now a power of 1 by 2. As in 3 cube, 3 to the power 3 by 2. That's what we will have, right? Just for 27, just this part. Now what we can do is we can write 9 as 3 square further. And then because the bases are same, the powers are supposed to get added, right? So we will have log to the base 9, log to the base 9, and then we will have 3 to the power 2 plus 3 by 2, which is going to give us 7 by 2, and whole to the power 1 by 2 is what we will have. So this is going to give us log to the base 9, log to the base 9, and we will have 3 to the power 7 by 4. Now, since we have base as 9 and the value as 3, we won't be able to simplify it, right? Because we have different things. So different values. So what we will do is we will convert this 9 into 3 square. So if we write this 9 as 3 square, now we will be able to use one of the properties where the power on the value becomes the numerator and the power on the base, it becomes the denominator, right? So we will have log to the base 9, then we will have log. So this log will go away. 1 second. There is some problem. One second. Hold on. This has got stuck. Sorry about that. So we were about at this place, right? So we were at log 3 to the power 7 by 2 here and 3 square over here. Now, this 7 by 2 come in the numerator, as in it will come before the log, and this 3 square, the power 2, will become your denominator, as in it will become 1 by 2, and we'll be left with log 3 to the base 3. Now this is going to be 1, right? So this becomes log 7 by 4 to the base 9. So this is what it will result in. If you look at the options, none of the options of this type, that means we will have to convert this into one of the options. As we can see, there is minus in each of the options. What we can do is we can write this as log 7 to the base 9 minus log 4 to the base 9. We don't have log 4 anywhere, but we do have a 2. So instead of 4, can we write this as log 2 square, this is minus, log 2 square to the base 9. Now this 2 will come in the front and it will get multiplied with the remaining log, right? So this is what we find finally. So this is log 7 to the base 9. Do we have a 4? Do we have a 2, 3, 3 square? Hold on. This was 3 square into 3 to the power 1 by 2. So this was 3 to the power 5 by 2. 9. That was simply 3, right? So this was 3 cube. Give me a moment. 9 was, so I'm looking at this. This was 3 square into 3. So this was 3 cube. And since we had a square root, so this was 3 by 2. We multiplied it with 9. That means we multiplied with 3 square. So we will have 3 to the power 7 by 2. And then we had a square root of that. So we will have a square root of this, right? So this one will become 1 by 2. So this is 3 to the power 7 by 4, right? That's what we wrote. And then 7 by 4 came in the front. Log 3 to the base 3 was 1. We got log 7 by 4 to the base 9. We can take the difference and this is what we get. Log 7 to the base 9 is going to be your first term. And there is a 2 missing here, right? So C should be our answer. 2 is missing. No, Debjani, 7 by 4 is all of it, right? So I have taken this original, the outermost square root also, that is also included over here. So this becomes 3 to the power 7 by 4 overall, right? So we are left, this log 9 will take care of that 3 square. अच्छा हाँ, ये 9 को मेरे को 3 square भी लिखना है, right? So this was 7 by 4. तो hold on, guys. So we had one more log 9, no? तो ये कुछ ऐसा दिखता. This was 3 square and that was 7 by 4 here. So we already had 7 by 4 and we have 3 square. So 7 by 4 into 1 by 2. So this is going to give us 7 by 8 into log 3 to the base 3. This is what we'll get. This is 1. Now instead of 4, we are going to have 8 over here. So we will have 8 over here. 8 can be written as 2 cube and this 3 will come in the front. So we will have log 7 to the base 9 minus 3 log 2 to the base 9. That will result in option A actually. Excuse me. So this power of the base that I missed. So we will have that 1 by 2 also coming in. And we already have 3 to the power 7 by 4. Right? Okay. So I missed that part. Next question. Inequality question. Solve for x if 5x minus 8 upon x is greater than 4 and x is not equal to 0. So instead of cross multiplying and solve, as in we can solve it in two different ways, right? We can cross multiply, rearrange and solve it. Or what we can do is, we can use the options. So let's look at option A and B. It says x less than 0. So let's take any value of x less than 0. So let's take x is equal to -1. If I put x is equal to -1, our LHS is going to be -5 minus 8 upon -1, which is going to be greater than 4, right? So -1 works out. So x should be greater than -1. So we will remove these two. Next, let's look at option A and B again. It should be greater than 6. It should be greater than 8. So let's take a value greater than 6 but not greater than 8. So let's take x is equal to 7. If you put 7 over here, this is going to be 35 minus 8 upon 7. Now 35 minus 8 is going to be 27 upon 7, which is not going to be greater than 4. So 7 doesn't work out. If 7 doesn't work out, it should not be in the given options. So option B will make sense. Right? Okay. Next question. Manika has 4 more candies than Neeta and Reshma and Reshma has 8 less candies than Pariniti. If the absolute difference between the number of candies with Pariniti and Neeta is it's 10, then who amongst them has the lowest number of candies? Right, Varun. So we have Manika, Neeta, Reshma and Pariniti. If you look at the first one, I can say that Manika has 4 more candies than Neeta. And then if I read the second part of the first statement, we can say Reshma has 8 less candies than Pariniti. Then it is given that if the absolute difference between the number of candies with Pariniti and Neeta is 10, as in they are at a gap of 10. If they are at a gap of 10, there are two possibilities. First is M, N, P and R, assuming that Pariniti has less number of candies. So there is a gap of 10 between them, there is a gap of 4 between them, and there is a gap of 8 between them, right? The other possibility we can have is if P is above N, right? If P is above N, then we will have P over here, we will have N over here. So there should be a gap of 10 between them. Between N and M, there should be a gap of 4. So we will have to mix little changes. So between N and M, there is going to be a gap of 4. Between P and N, there is going to be a gap of 8. And between P and R, there is going to be a gap of, sorry, ye 8 nahi, ye 10 hai. And between P and R, there is going to be a gap of 8. तो इसको थोड़ा सा और improvise करना पड़ेगा. R and M. So N and M, there is a gap of 4. P and R, there is a gap of 8. So in this case, Neeta has the least number of candies. In this case, Reshma has the least number of candies. So it could be Neeta, it could be Reshma. One of these two will work out, right? So we will have either A or C as the right answer. Okay, next. If W plus X plus Y is equal to 0, then we have to find out the value of this. Well, if W plus X plus Y is equal to 0, how about taking some values for W, X, Y and putting it there, right? So let's take W as -1, X as 1 and Y as 0. Chalega? Let's put these values over here. So this is going to change to 1 by 4 W square, that is 1, X square, that is 1, Y square, that is 0, divided by W square, which is 1, minus X into Y, which is 0. So this is going to be 1 by 4 times of 2 upon 1, which will result in 1 by 2, B. Pretty simple, right? Variable based questions are always simpler. As in algebra, they are simpler. Next question. If f of a is equal to 4a plus 5 and g of a is equal to 5a plus 3, then for what value of a would f of g of f of a is equal to g of f of g of a, right? So this is kind of composite plus recursive. So either we can start with the options or we can figure out what f of g of f of a is. कोई भी एक चलेगा, right? So I think options will be difficult because what if we don't get the answer at 1 or 2? Then we will have to check the third option, which will, as in we will end up spending a lot of time. So what is going to be g of f of a? G of f of a is going to be 5 times 4a plus 5 plus 3, which is going to be 20a plus 28. Now, if I write f before it, so what is f of g of f of a going to be? So this is going to be 4 times of the one that we just found out plus 5. So this is going to be 80a plus 112 plus 5, so 117. So this is what we get on the LHS side. The RHS side, we need to find out what is f of g of a first of all. So f of g of a is going to be 4 times of 5a plus 3 plus 5. This will result in 20a plus 12 plus 5, that is 17. And then we need to find out what we are going to have for g of f of g of a. So you won't be able to see it over here. So I'm going to write above. So this is going to be 5 times of 20a plus 17 and then plus 3. So this is going to be 100a plus 17 into 5 is 85. 85 plus 3 is 88. Now we need to find out the value of a for which this is going to be true. So 80a and 80a plus 117 is 100a plus 88. If you solve it, you will get 20a is equal to 117 minus 88. That is going to be 29. So a will turn out to be 29 upon 20. D. Okay. Next question, again on log. So what we can do is, you can interchange the base and value. You take the reciprocal over the overall value. है ना? As in you have log v1 to the base v2. You can write this as 1 by log v2 to the base v1 and vice versa. So if I take the first term, I can change 7 and 4. All I have to do is write it like this. Next one, no worries. We will leave it as such so that everything is in a standard format. And the third term, we can again change it 9 and 16. So we have 9 over here and 16 over here. Now we are going to use the second property, as in whenever you have v1 to the power log v2 to the base v3, you can interchange v2 and v1, right? Nothing happens. You can do it. So we are going to interchange 7 and 256. So 7 becomes the base. You will be left with 256. Now 256 is 2 to the power 8, or we can write it in terms of 4 also. Okay. And 4 is 2 square. So this is what we will have in the power. Here we can interchange 81 and 64. Let's bring 81 over here, and 64 I'm going to write this as 2 to the power 6 and 16 as 2 to the power 4. Similarly, we can interchange 4 and 9. 9 comes in the base, and that 4 becomes the base of the log in the power. So this becomes 2 square and 16 becomes 2 to the power 4. Now the numerator will become 8 by 2, that is 4. The next one we will have, this is 6 upon 4, which is 3 by 2. And the next one we will have 9 and 2 by 4. The powers will divide, right? So 7 to the power 4 is same as 49 square, which is 2401. Now this is 81 ka second root, as in square root of 81, which is 9. Now 9 cube is going to be 729. And then we will have square root of 9, which is going to be 3. Right? That is going to be square root. Okay, looks like the options are in 3000 is what we are going to get. None of the options match. So did we make any mistake? 256 is 2 to the power 8, right? And 4 is nothing but 2 square. So we will have 7 to the power 4. Now, 64 is 2 to the power 6. 16 is 2 to the power 4. ठीक है. 81 square root is 9 and 9 cube is 729. That is also fine. The third term is we interchange 9 and we will have 4 to the base 16. So 1 by 2 is what we will have. So square root of 9 we will have 3. And I think 7 to the power 4 is 2401, right? Or are we missing something? Excuse me. Doesn't look we are missing something, right? 2400 plus 700 is 3130 and then a 3. 3133 is what we are getting. 256 is 2 to the power 8. Okay, what if I write 256 as 4 to the power 4 and that is 4? So anyways, we'll have 7 to the power 4. 64 as 4 cube and 16 as 4 square, we will still have 3 by 2 only. So looks like the one of the options is a miss. So let's take 1 as 3133, right? Okay, next question. For how many integral values of p would the quadratic equation have real roots? Okay, now this is a question on real roots. When do we have real roots in a quadratic? When the discriminant is going to be greater than or equal to 0. Now the discriminant of this is going to be b square, that is p minus 1 whole square, minus 4a. So a is 8p and c. So this is p minus 1. So what we can now do is we can take out p minus 1 common. So we are left with p minus 1 over here, and then we are left with 32 into p. Right? B square minus 4ac. So b is p minus 1, a is 8p, and c is p minus 1. If we take out p minus 1 common, we are left with p minus 1 minus 32p. So this is going to give us p minus 1 into we can write over here, this is minus 1 minus 31p, right? So we can write this as p plus 31 and change the inequality because we have a negative sign over there. Sorry, 31p, not 31. 31p plus 1. So we can write this as 1 plus 31p. Now, what happens when you have less than equal to 0 in a quadratic? So you get the values between those p's, right? So from here we can say that p is going to lie between -1/31 and 1. So how many integral values do we have from -0 point something to 1 inclusive? So we can have the value of p as 0 and 1. Only two values possible. So C becomes our answer, right? Okay. Next question. Find the average of all the terms 210, 214, 218, 222 and so on up to 294. Well, if you pay attention, this is an AP with a jump of 4 every time, right? So whenever you have an AP and if you have to find the average of an AP, how do you find the average of an AP? You take the first and the last and take their average. So this is going to be average of 504, as in 504 ka half, which is going to give us 252. Option A. As simple as this. It doesn't matter how many terms we are going to have. Okay. You can take the average of first and last, you can take the average of second and second last, and so on. Okay. Next one. Which of the following is an even function? What is an even function? An even function is a function that instead of x, if you put minus x, it still looks as good as f of x. So, when will giving a negative value to some variable, as in putting a negative sign before it, doesn't change, as in negative remains negative. When you have even powers, so the only option where you have even powers is option A. There you go. If it is x to the power minus 12, this is nothing but 1 by x to the power 12, right? This is what f of x is, right? Now, if I want to find out what is f of minus x, all I have to do is instead of x, I need to put minus x. This stays the same. So we can say that f of x and f of minus x, they are the same, hence they are known as even function. So option A will make sense. Ashish, you can not eliminate, but you can pay little less attention on base system or high-end geometry where you have to draw the figures and all that. In geometry, if you are going to get question, it's going to be straightforward. It has to do with right angle triangles, Pythagorean triplets, or it has to do with finding the angles, okay? Finding the length of the median, the standard, 4-point properties. That's what you will get from geometry. In algebra, you can get rid of multinomial and binomial. वो topic आप हटा दो. High degree polynomials, cubic and above वाले हटा दो. You can get rid of greatest integer functions, high and basic questions. As in, if you know what the value of a certain GIF is, that is good enough. Same goes for modulus. Modulus mein you have got some very standard questions to find minima, maxima, area. That's it. Number of integral points and some random question where you will have to draw the graph in order to figure out what is happening. All those questions will not come. Then in numbers, base system, you can leave that. You can leave out complicated questions on finding units, place and last two digits. Sometimes there are questions related to power to the power to the power. You can leave those questions. Then you can leave out, I think even remainders, very straightforward Chinese remainder theorem, or question like 99 to the power 100 when divided by 100, what is the remainder? So some very basic questions. Euler's quotient वगैरह, forget about those. In arithmetic though, I think there is no topic which you can leave out. Maybe replacement, 2 times replacement is the max you will get. and there will not be shuffling happening, that sometimes you're adding water, sometimes you're adding acid. Not those questions. Very, very straightforward questions. Okay. If the roots of this differ by 5, then which of the following is true? So all you have to do is find out two roots which differ by 5. So I will take one root as 1 and the other root as 6. इनका difference 5 है ना? So the quadratic is going to be x minus 1 into x minus 6 is equal to 0. Or I will have x square minus 7x plus 6 is equal to 0. Now what I will do is I will compare. So w turns out to be 7 and p turns out to be 6. I'll put these in the options and see which one will make sense. First option, w square, that is 49 is equal to 4 times 6 plus 6. Nahin. P square, that is 36 is equal to 2 into 7 plus 25. 25 plus 14 is not 36. Next, w square 49 is equal to 4 into 6 plus 25. Yes, 24 plus 25 is 49. तो अभी तक C हो सकता है. Next, p square, that is 36 is equal to 2 times w plus 6, that is 7 plus 6. 13 into 2 is 26, right? Not 36. So D nahi hai, so C is our answer. So in such questions where they define that the root should be of this type, so assume some root. Instead of 1, 6, take 0, 5. Take minus 2 and 3. Take 100 and 105. Your answer is never going to change, right? This is more like a property that it follows. Okay. Next one. Yes, Karthik, you can check out the channel and you can look into the last, the previous videos that we have done. Last 5 days to 10 days, you will come across a lot of videos. We have been doing sessions on CAT also for the past 1 month and a half. At least 1.5 months se to chal raha hai, more than 90 days. Okay, next. X plus k is a factor of this. So what does this tell? Whenever you have something as a factor of a polynomial, so this is going to be 0 when instead of x you put minus k. So the same thing will happen. If you put x is equal to minus k, this thing should be 0. That's what we understand by factor. So instead of x, if I put minus k, this should turn out to be 0. Don't worry, it looks like a cubic, it's not, because these two will cancel out. So we will have k square is equal to 8, or you will get k is equal to plus minus 2 root 2. Cube root of 8, right? So it can be either 2 root 2 or minus 2 root 2. So it could be either a or c. One of these two values will work. Okay. Next one. Sheila's grandmother was 7 times older than her 8 years ago. So we have Sheila and we have her grandmother. This is their current ages, okay? So instead of grandmother, I will simply write G. These are the variables that I have chosen for them. Okay. Next, 8 years ago, what will happen? Sheila's age will be S minus 8. Grandmother's age will be G minus 8. At that time, Sheila's grandmother was 7 times the age of Sheila. Next statement says she will be 2 times her age 22 years from now. So 22 years from now, so plus 22, this was minus 8. 22 years from now, their ages are S plus 22 and G plus 22. The relation between these two is that grandmother is going to be 2 times Sheila's age. This is obvious, no? Sheila can't become twice of grandmother. So even though they have not mentioned who is twice of whom, you have to use common sense. Now from these two equations, you need to find out the ratio of ages of Sheila to her grandmother and see which one works out just fine, right? So from the first equation, you will have 7s minus 56 is equal to G minus 8, or you will have 7s minus G is equal to 56 minus 8, which is going to be 48. right? From the second one, we are going to have 2s minus g is equal to 44 is there, and that 44 goes to the other side, it becomes minus 22. If we want to find out the value of s, we can subtract and we will have 5s is equal to 40, 50, 60, 70. So you will have s is equal to 14. The moment you get Sheila's age, that of 14, 14 will not become 1, right? 14 is way too much. So D or A to nahi hoga, right? If we put the value of S back, we will get the age of grandmother, which is going to be 28 plus 22. 28 plus 22 is 25. Sorry, 25 ka double, 50. So if you put this value here, you will get the age of grandmother to be 50. So 14 and 50, they are in the ratio of 7:25. So B bhi nahi hona tha. Anyways, the moment you get Sheila's age to be 14, 14 will simplify to give you a 10 or a 7 only, right? Yes, Varun, definitely. Okay, so that was quick, right? We solved 12 questions quickly. Okay, so we have begun our CAT 2023 comprehensive program, and people who all are watching, please do attempt the poll as to which newspaper do you read, and also please do like and subscribe the channel. Thank you for that. So CAT 2023 comprehensive program, we have begun with it. So what all things do you get here? You get your tablet with a lot of videos in that, more than 130 hours of videos. Then you get live classroom sessions, just like we are doing it right now. Here we are discussing the questions, and if required, we are discussing some concepts. In the live classroom, we discuss a lot of concepts and then we solve the questions. You will be given a mock test series along with it, with more than 70 tests covering all the MB exams, including CAT and non-CAT. You will be getting video solutions for all the mocks. You will also get practice tests, more than 9,500 questions with 25 CAT based tests and 15 non-CAT. You will get more than 300 recorded lectures. So this is a lecture on YT. We have got more lectures that happen on our app. You will get your booklets, your VARC, your QA, LRDI booklets. You will also be assisted with your GDPI preparation and WAT preparation. You will get 12 recorded sessions and 3 live sessions, because once the CAT result is out, you have to prepare for interviews and group discussions or group exercises, WATs, right? So वो भी बहुत important है. So we will be assisting you on that. You will also get the study notes, okay, formula booklets, and the teachers, whatever they write, the notes of teachers. We are also have started from today CAT 2022 IIM Bangalore previous year question paper series 2007 and 16. So this year Bangalore is conducting CAT, right? So what we have done is we have picked up the previous 2 years, recent most possible, where Bangalore took the CAT exam. I mean, they conducted it. That was last time in the year 2016, and before that it was in the year 2007. So if Bangalore conducts an exam, there has to be some different level of difficulty of each section. So if you solve previous year papers together, we will have kind of a lot of idea and grasp as to, how Bangalore gives the type of questions. For example, in 2016, the verbal section was very easy. So the cutoff went very high. And Q and LRDI, they were relatively difficult ones. So you will be given, you're going to discuss previous year question with us, and you will have the detailed analysis of those paper. You will have an idea what kind of trend we have had over the previous years and difficulty level set. So from today onwards, this is going to happen. Please subscribe to the channel so that you get the notification. So do press the bell icon. Okay, all the links are given in the description below. And again, please do register and attempt the third open mock CAT. This will help you identify your CAT day strategy. It will help you know your strengths and weaknesses. Once you look at the mock attempts by the experts, you will have an idea how to proceed, how to go about a paper. and you will get video solutions for each and every question. So that's a great thing, right? So the link to this is in the description below, and it has also been spammed in the chat. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And if you have got doubts, please do join our Telegram channel, which is BYJU'S MBA Doubts. You can share whatever doubt you have over there. And if you want more such content for free, you can get our BYJU'S exam MBA prep application from your Google Play. Okay, so BYJU'S exam prep, go for CAT and MBA. So that will help you with that. A lot of videos are there, concept videos are there, analysis videos are there, previous year question papers are discussed. We predict what kind of paper we are going to have this year, CAT or SNAP or that. So all those are there. Okay. Thank you for joining with us today. See you guys in the next class. Take care. Bye-bye.